Seriously, crack?
You know.
Okay, can you have a seat? We
I'm gonna put this over here real quick behind you.
Alright. Let me put that shit behind you like I said I would. Like I said I would. What is he talking about? Don't forget it like I said I would.
But what's good, y'all? Welcome to the Babez Podcast and whatnot. We in this hoe.
Hola, welcome.
Everybody introduce yourselves.
Shit, I'm crack. I'm Naeem Regio. How y'all doing? And whatnot.
And on the beat.
And on another beat.
She really on the beat.
It's job, babe.
Yes, it is.
It's job, babe.
How y'all doing?
I like the setup. I ain't even hold you.
This is the chillest setup that we've had yet.
This is true intimacy.
I am not fucking playing.
No, that's facts.
The best way to put it.
Well, thank you. We do appreciate it. All right, so trauma bonding. What's like y'all take on that shit?
They can't see me trying to.
You explain what trauma.
I know I'm in the way, baby. Give me just a second. I gotta set up the fucking camera.
I don't even think I know what it is, but I don't think I can explain it.
Naeem can explain it really well because Naeem and I have actually experienced this in our own relationship.
With trauma bonding?
Yeah, that's how we first bonded. You know, is through trauma bonding.
Oh, wait, never mind.
I don't know. It's
Trauma
like,
bonding.
it's like when it's like it could be intentional or it could be unintentional. It's when two people or one person in a begin a relationship based off of a challenge foundation. So your mom just died. You meet a girl at the bar. She's chilling by herself. And y'all talk. You give her too much information about your life. She tells you her mom just died and everything that led up to it, and tells you all the little things. You know, you guys start to share too much. You start to get close through the facts that y'all can connect through trauma. You know what I'm saying? Whether they're giving you comfort blatantly or just, you know, just trying to be a good person. You know, it's literally just building a foundation off of something traumatic. You know, it don't gotta be like, it's not like, oh, see, like you guys are doing things to each other, but it's literally, you know.
You think that's what creates toxic relationships?
It starts.
That could be one.
It could be one.
But I mean, if you are attracted to my trauma and I'm attracted to yours,
Attracted.
What you mean by that? Like,
Attracted.
It's not attracted.
because you can tell
Like,
some people.
But I'm saying, like, because some people's connotation of attracted might be different than others. You know what I'm saying?
Not even that. There's a lot of different traumas that people can relate to.
Yeah, it's relating. It's more like
It's more, yeah, you need in that time. You're so
vulnerability.
vulnerable, right?
Yeah, vulnerability.
So that person that just comes in and they are the one that you can come. They can comfort you. You know, you can cry on their shoulder. They're listening to you. They're validating how you feel. You know, and they're actually giving you a safe space to open up. And you've never been able to do that until then. That is going to hit you. You're going to be like, oh man, I can't let this person go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to feel like you have to be with that person because the next day you're going to need them. You're going to have to call them again and be like, you know, because after that, it's not just you're talking to them one time. It starts like a connection. Like, you're going to feel like you need them.
Yeah.
That's where that starts. And it's a subconscious thing. We don't realize that we're doing it. We're not doing it because we're consciously thinking we need them. No.
On that end.
Yeah.
So, like I said, sometimes the person who is being that shoulder to cry on has, you know what I mean, malicious intent. Like, a lot of dudes do that after a girl gets out of a relationship. You know what I'm saying? They see people on Facebook, or something. Oh, she just got a relationship. Let me set her up. Man, fuck that nigga, man. I mean, I'll never, man. That's crazy.
Can't wait. It was like,
Yeah, they were watching you the whole time.
How you doing, baby? Man, do that to you.
Tell me what happened.
You deserve better.
Yeah,
Let
facts.
me take you out. So it really
He was a
varies.
tourist, wasn't
I mean, now, some women ain't shit now. Like, they need to throw it wide open for other niggas to be like, oh yeah, you just slide up in the DM. So
That's a trauma bonding
Make it
thing
easy
too.
too.
They be needing
Yeah.
that void. They be trying to fill that void for that man that just left. He's like, man, I'm bored. I'm sad. I'm lonely.
it
Or
could be
whatever.
that, or like, you know,
It could
some
be
people need
naivety.
validation. Like, they need to know that they still got it. Like,
Yeah.
even though they went some
Cause maybe he just cheated on her. It's like, oh,
I feel like that's the same energy of motherfuckers who can't stay out of a relationship. They always in one.
No
mm-hmm.
bullshit.
Yeah, like, that's the same type vibe for real.
I think those are probably the most toxic people, is the ones who refuse to be by themselves.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, past that, I add a step to that. You know who the most toxic people are, bro? Motherfuckers would think just because they don't cheat, they're like the star partners.
I ain't gonna
yeah,
lie, I was
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. I was like that.
Oh man,
That's literally a fucking bare minimum.
Yeah,
That's like the only requirement for real.
Mm-hmm.
No, I ain't ashamed to admit I was definitely like that.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of chicks like that.
I mean, but shit, at least you realize it, you know what I'm saying?
I love to admit my fault.
Yeah.
That, you know,
I'm saying, like, if you don't admit your faults, nigga, you can't get over it.
that's
That's
literally
literally the first step.
That's literally the only way I do. I turn them into humor after a while.
It took me a while to admit my faults. That shit hard, bro.
Cause it's the past at the end of the day. That's why I laugh actually.
Yeah.
People be like, "Damn, you so nonchalant." No, it's actually funny. Like once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah,
If it ain't
facts
gonna
is
matter in
facts.
5 years, it shouldn't matter for 5 minutes.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, facts is facts.
That's just it's just
That's the same.
For some, no, I'm saying for some people, like they don't care what time it is. It don't matter how long it takes either. Like some people are really prone to thrive off of making your life a living hell.
Oh yeah, misery
So,
loves company.
Not being
Yeah,
in a relationship, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Especially the ones who like, I'm gonna kill myself because you ain't.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That shit's
Like, what
crazy.
the fuck
That's
you talking
toxic.
about? You going, what?
A lot of people faking too.
Girl, but let me tell you something. Well, we
I
gotta
had
get
two
into
bitches
that.
do that to me in my life, bro.
What you do?
The first one,
Y'all know
I
her.
pulled up on her. I was sympathetic for 20 minutes. She said, and then I realized what was going on. She was basically trying to make me be with her. I'm like, that's wild as shit. The second jump, I realized, just told her that ain't got shit to do with me, bro. Like, ain't nobody about to force me to do shit I don't want to do, bro.
Yeah.
And then, honestly, how long is that gonna last, my nigga? Like, what is our foundation? You was about to kill yourself, bitch? Like, the fuck? How's that supposed to last, my nigga? Like, that's not a real foundation. Like, bitch, do I even like you? Like,
Damn.
For real, bro.
But I mean, why even fuck with somebody you don't like that?
I'm saying, but like, it's levels.
So if you want to
Everybody,
get to like
this
Right.
is what I'm saying. Everybody got their purpose, bro. Like, it's levels to everybody that you know. So you got associates, you got colleagues, you got friends, you got family. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing sexually. I say the same thing for real. That's how I feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some jumps, you know what I'm saying, you just there for that. You know what I'm saying? They on the same type time. Some jumps you more intimate with, you might like up with and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they bring that out of you. You know what I'm saying? And other jumps, I mean, they just come through and then they get ghosts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, your relationship with everybody different. Even past sex, just like, literally, like, your relationship with everybody you know going to be different. They're naturally going to be the same. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing things like that with most people.
I had to learn how to adapt to that. You know,
Yeah.
I struggled to kind of adjust to various relationships. Started treating everybody the same. You know what I'm saying?
And everybody don't. Everybody don't deserve the same treatment. I don't
That's
give a fuck with nobody.
That's right.
I don't give a fuck with nobody.
I was so close.
Oh,
I did
Did it go?
well, yeah, I feel like when it comes to trauma bonding, one as a person, in order to observe that it's happening, you have to be aware of yourself. Meaning you have to be healed in the sense to really see that it's something wrong with somebody else.
I feel like that's such a. It's not only for black people. That's such a black thing. We all got fucking trauma. Like, generations.
I don't think that's a human thing, but yeah, more than that. Yeah,
You know, we all got the
that's
same,
word.
the same ailments. You know,
We share it too.
at the base.
Oh yeah, we
It's
all
called
trauma
projecting.
bond. We all trauma bond.
Projecting a lot.
I ain't even hold that shit.
Black
my
people
mind.
trauma bond a lot.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's
definitely.
We trauma bond with each other.
But it's like it's
Look for
only
that.
you ain't been through the struggle like you hear me, like it's only natural with as much trauma as niggas been through. So, like, niggas gotta realize like we was thrown from slaves directly into civilization, bro, like with no cushion. You know? Like
knowledge.
niggas don't realize, like niggas don't think about how crazy that shit was, bro. Like straight from slavery into civilization. And then was still doing good as a motherfucker, and then fucked our shit up, bro. Like burning our towns and shit like that because we was doing it without them.
Right, but it's fucked us up so much that when we see it successful, black person would
Niggas
be like,
mad
oh,
as
look
shit,
at you. You
bro.
think you the shit
Yeah.
because you
Niggas
got
be
this
mad.
and that. And instead of congratulating the man on making it past.
Because it's like that comes from
Certain
insecurity though, and I could say it's so many external factors that's trying to make sure that niggas is insecure. But like, niggas don't even see that shit, bro. Like,
I mean, it starts with the police, bro. Like, they basically shame y'all in front of y'all families, take away that power. And then they make it so that the women who are a part of your family have their own power, so they don't need you. So it's a whole system against y'all.
and make it so more so they don't value you type shit, bro. Like, especially when you're doing so much and you don't feel value, like that shit really make you fucking crazy, bro. Not even just crazy, like you disconnect first. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think all of us disconnect. You have to, because if you stay too locked into all the shit that's going on around here, that shit gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, that's just part of waking up. You know, you definitely do feel selfish for it sometimes. Like me, I'm in a prayer, so yeah, that's what I do best. I do that shit best. I love disconnecting. That's my shit. But I do be feeling bad for it. You know what I mean? Because it's like, damn, I gotta be.
That shit
You know,
happening.
it's like
That shit really just be happening, bro. Like it get to that point where the threshold is too broad, and it's like
my brother, Zill, my brother, Jail, he calls it a social battery. Like he's like, I got a social meter, bro. Like
nah, no
there's just
bullshit.
certain time. He's like, at the beginning of the week it might be up, and then throughout the week it goes down.
You know what that made me think of?
What?
The Sims.
Sims?
You ever played The Sims?
Did it really have a meter?
Yeah, it had an emotional meter.
I did.
Like, basically like a mental health meter. That was so
It
fucking
did.
awesome. We didn't even
That
think
shit
about
was
how
tight.
hard that shit was, bro.
I did
That
play
shit was
Sims.
That was-
I remember
I
that.
love the fact that they included that shit. Me and Kevin was talking about that shit.
And
I'm
all
glad
that
they included that shit.
emotional
Like
thing.
that, and it was very important to the game, bro. Like, is your nigga good, bro?
It's like, yeah, you just out here partying,
Like,
doing
yeah,
this,
you getting
doing that.
money and shit, but how's this nigga feeling, bro? Could Sims kill themselves?
No, but you could
could
like
die.
die.
Yeah, you
If
could.
you
Yeah.
don't-
Not
It's like in
shower,
real life, if
fucking-
you're not taking care of yourself and shit, you can die.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sims was ahead of their time.
Yeah, they were ahead of their time.
Yeah, bro. That's even them niggas on board that shit was, bro. Like that social media shit. Same concept. That shit was real, bro. Like shit. For me, working them late ass jobs I used to work, I was just thinking about the money. I wasn't even considering like, bro, I'm coming home late as shit every night. I wake up, I gotta go straight to work, but I'm tired of shit. Like that shit drive me crazy, bro. Like you gotta make some time.
what's that?
Like niggas think that shit ain't important, bro. You really have to make time to socialize, or at least you know what I'm saying. Even if it's with niggas you do business with, that's why it's good sometimes to do business with niggas you fuck with, because if you doing business the way you need to, low key, a lot of the times you ain't got the time to socialize. So
You
like,
don't.
you killing two birds with one
For
stone
real.
at one time. Like in the situation we kind of in, type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like shit be lit. Like these is my niggas for real. Like, so it, you know what I'm saying? But that social shit is necessary.
I feel like it's necessary for all of us since we indulge in technology a lot
Yeah.
to take a fast from it.
Yeah, step back and get real.
It gets bad, but like you wake up in the morning and that's the first thing that you look at.
You see.
And you
Like,
like stay stuck there for a couple
But that's
hours.
also part of the grind, bro. Like we hustle.
Yeah, it is.
I'm
what it
talking
is.
in reference. I'm talking in reference to people who just get on me.
Oh, I can't.
Oh,
But
like,
I,
Just being in their bed.
I can't even say I've been there because I've been doing this shit for a long time. So it's like, if I'm on there, I'm trying to see if a nigga, oh, this song crank. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to see if there's some progress being made. But,
Honestly, it's the reason why people don't go outside though, because they feel like they have everything right there in the phone.
yeah.
Us when we were younger, we would be outside. We would be so pressed to go the fuck outside.
Oh, fucking
As soon as
day,
we
too.
got off school, niggas would smack the fuck outside.
Smelling like
That's
outside.
why it was a
Nigga.
punishment not being able to go outside.
It was a
Really?
punishment.
Like,
Like, now it's a punishment to take away your
The
iPad
phone.
and your phone. Like that shit crazy how it changed.
Nah, it used to spank you, so like that was the ultimate jump. Like, nah, you can't go outside.
You're not going outside.
Like,
Yeah, you grounded and shit.
Yeah, like-
hell yeah. I had that.
The kids now so advanced that they could get away with shit because they in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Can I tell you just like we were talking about? I want to tell y'all the type of punishments I. So like.
Type of punishment.
Yeah, yo. I taught myself how to play piano. My dad gave me his piano, whatever, I had that shit. He would take the piano from me. Like, so like other people will be like, well, my punishment would be you have to learn more, you know? Like I taught myself how to play piano, you're gonna take that from me. shit like that.
Mhm.
Bullshit like
I
that.
see. I feel like since I'm in the current year, I can't really say too much. But when it comes to stuff like that, you shouldn't take away those type of things from your kids.
Yeah, that's just.
And you
Right.
also
I'm
don't.
not-
You also
I was
don't.
about
Glad you said it. I'm like, oh, that's
You
not the
also
one. That's not
don't-
the way to go about that.
You also don't make it a punishment to
That
make
could
them
be
do
the
more
bad.
of it. Because eventually they'll hate it if you put it in that sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but you know what? Honestly, though, 'cause to me, I feel like I'm a different breed. So that, for me, that would have been because it is so funny because like he would talk about the Serena Williams and Venus Williams like biography type shit. Oh, their dad did this and that. Me, I be talking about mulatto type shit because the way that her dad pushed her, you feel me? It makes a difference, you know.
It does make a difference.
If he would have did anything, because the funny thing is, you know, and it's okay. I want to say this too. Like, I was in school and I was talking about this, and I said that I get my singing from my dad, because my dad's family, you know, is all arts and shit. And somebody was like, "Nah, you get that from God," you know. And you know, with all of that being, you know, everything is still like. You get a little push, you feel me? Like, look at what I'm doing with nothing. No support the way that, not the support that I would have wanted. I'm going to say that.
I mean, I think we all get fucked up with that. Like, support is suggestive. Like, is support, do you think that support is 500 plus people? Or is it 3 really loyal motherfuckers who
It's
like
all that
You
up
know what?
every time?
I ain't
Because-
gonna hold you. For a long time, I did not appreciate my supporters the way I should have. Like, I was so focused on the niggas who wasn't showing up to shows, who wasn't sharing links. I wasn't even like giving the niggas who was sharing shit, coming to shit like that. And once I realized that made me look like a hoe ass nigga, bro. Like, these niggas are really riding for me. I'm real focused on the others who ain't. You know?
Right.
But once I started appreciating them, it's like, yeah, bro. Like,
'Cause it gotta
that's
be-
when I started winning for real. I say that.
Yeah, you gotta like take your wins and leave your losses for the
Yeah.
head. As long as you got 2 more people for your next goal, that's cool. Cause it's obtainable. You know what I'm saying? Not to say you can't reach for the sky, but like a lot of people get lost in
This right here,
trying to be
this right here,
famous.
I feel like that slows it down.
Yeah, that does slow it down. Cause you focus on the wrong thing. All you're supposed to do is create.
Yeah.
That's it. All you're supposed to do
Then when
is
somebody
create.
shows love, you're supposed to show love back to them.
But you know, like honestly, I feel like all of us has been the victim of that at some point. You know, it's one of them. It is what it is. Moments, you know.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no lie.
Because niggas don't understand how hard artists work, bro. With
Yeah,
their
they do.
real lives, the shit that they got going on, and make it look so sexy, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it is not sexy in real life. Bro. It's hideous, bro. Like, so, like, I don't know, like, niggas don't see that aspect. It's like, I stayed up nights, like, my manager complaining about me coming late to work, but I was really up to, like, 4 in the morning working on this shit. Like, niggas don't see that, you know what I'm saying? So, that's why niggas be so excited with that. I say, like, I understand it, but it's just, it's not beneficial. It's not the right way to think about that shit, bro. You gotta appreciate everybody who is on that journey with you. And once I learned that, I will say that I really started, like, growing for real.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said it's suggestive. Like a lot of us we believe that if you have a lot of numbers that you'll make it and you profit. Well, really, it's the amount of supporters
It's
that you belong.
engagements, nigga.
Yeah.
Numbers are
Yeah.
vanity. Numbers are straight vanity,
You
bro.
put me on that.
Yeah, engagement, bro.
Yeah, because if your audience feel like they can't even talk
Yeah,
to you or feel involved in your
I
process,
continue to stick around.
them niggas fuck
they
me.
be like, oh,
Them
fuck you.
niggas be in my DM. What's up, crack?
Go support somebody else.
Yeah, I'm gonna find somebody else who show me some position.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I think it's about connections. It's about
Oh,
connections.
John, you missed it. I think he was.
Okay. You got your phone on you?
You'll
Or
see
at-
them in like 20
Let me
minutes.
give it to you. You can set it on this. Come in, I'll unlock the door. You feel like you get the phone? Oh, I got it.
John, he get the phone. She got the phone on again. Sorry, y'all. Where was we left at?
What was the next topic? Because I feel like we pretty much got it.
Yeah, it's just everything.
It's mine.
Bookers. She looking for the good.
Alright, so the next one was, is it easy to trust people?
Hell no.
That's an easy question. No.
Why would you do that?
Why would you do what? Trust people?
Easily? Hell no.
Well, okay.
You gonna jump off a cliff
I
or
hear
you gonna
you.
get a partner? And you can go down the cliff regardless. Like, it's an
Oh,
option.
bro,
to trust
like
people.
that's just a survival instinct, bro. Like we grow up in a different type of
Move
place,
slow,
bro.
man. Move slow.
Niggas get motives, bro. Like everybody ain't a friend, everybody ain't a fan, everybody ain't family, bro. Like you gotta keep a shadow of doubt. You know what I'm saying? Just naturally being realistic with everybody, bro.
Some people hate that.
Even if it's like 5% doubt, bro, keep that 5%, bro. Like it's
At
natural.
all times.
Even with motherfuckers you love, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Niggas is human.
Yeah.
Niggas, you know what I'm saying, fall prey to shit like temptation. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
hell yeah, jealousy.
Temptation is a motherfucker. And it's like you gotta humanize it. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas fuck up, and that's just what it is, bro.
You not gonna fuck up
With certain things, you really gotta be realistic about it, and at the very least, like consider it as a possibility. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It's a possibility. Like it's many motherfuckers we thought would never do certain shit ever in our lifetime. We seen this shit happen in real time. You know what I'm saying? And it's just you can't even play with it. Like I just think that's facts, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, what y'all think?
Yeah, it is.
For real, like
That's simple for
I mean, when it comes to trusting people, there's a couple things you gotta keep in mind. Well, first of all, it's a couple things you gotta evaluate. Who is this motherfucker? What's the worst part of them? And can you handle it?
right. I say one thing my dad ever said to me that I took with me for the rest of my life was basically saying, in anything you do, ask yourself, are you ready to face any consequences that can come with it before you do anything? And I also applied that to like relationships with people. Like how bad can shit get? You know what I'm saying? Always like try to gauge like what is this person's worst flaws and shit. Like is that something I'm willing to deal with?
Yeah.
And you gotta consider that shit, bro.
Yeah, how I feel is like, cause like my experience, my walk through life or whatever is, the people that I've bumped into type stuff, you know, have for the most part been positive versus not, you know. Like I've been very lucky. I've definitely, you know, I got that. So it's like I don't. So I'm seeing stuff from a different perspective. I do understand. Like I got the same basic things that other people have to go through. It's just that other people had to go through a different type of lesson to see. But it's like so how I feel about that is you can only trust who you trust. At the end of the day, you can only trust who you trust. Like I said, like my thing is I don't trust everybody. So no, fuck that. That is the thing. No.
But how do you decipher who to trust though? Like what process do y'all go through?
But they do. Like niggas can say whatever they want to say. How they treat you and the shit that they do is how they feel about you.
I feel like decision making is a huge part of
You hear me? Like
Yeah.
trust somebody or
and like more so, like not even to say more so, but directly, like how they treat you. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers could say anything.
how you
like,
see other people too.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas could say up and down how they feel about you and shit, but how they feel about you is the way that they treat you. Like fuck anything else. What they say
First
does
time
not
they
matter.
say you don't need multiple times. It's like at the end of the day, how the true colors come out from jump. If they can do it one time, they can do it multiple times. And at the end of the day, it's do you feel like doing that? Because there's sometimes, and that's some relationships, that's some connections people make with people. Because it's like, do I feel like dealing with your shit on top of mine, or do I just want, or am I just it's gonna be a learning experience that I bounce back on? We keep it pushing. You feel me?
Maya Angelou, she had a really great quote, rest in peace, but she said, the first time that someone shows you who they are, believe them.
Believe they is.
Because when you love somebody and when you really care about somebody and they do something that seems off to you, it's like, no, I don't want to judge them based off of that alone, you know? However, you really should. You know, that's how you should judge people, is based off of their actions, not their words. You know, because words are a dime a dozen. You know, you can say anything to me, but I'm looking at your actions. Another thing, you also have to listen to people more than you speak to them. Just listen and watch. You know, that's what I do. That's my trusting process. Like, I'm just going to sit and observe the way that you are first.
Yeah,
You
no
know,
bullshit.
and I'm gonna do it based off
everything
of that.
you need to know just by sitting back. Like,
Yeah.
all you gotta do is sit back. They
and
gonna
watch.
show you everything they need to show you.
Yeah.
I guess I'm kind of peculiar with my approach to trusting people, because even with people actions, sometimes I can't trust them, because people like to put on certain displays for certain people, certain situations.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just like, for a certain period of
But I ain't
time.
never been a bad bitch, so you know. I know that has a lot to do with it. You
So,
know what I'm saying?
but
That is
I mean,
a factor. You know what I'm saying?
But I
Niggas
mean,
gon'
like, it's not this well, but it's one of those things where time is the only person that can tell us who the fuck anybody is, and if they're worth being
But
trusted.
I don't know. I feel like it also kind of depends on how you view the world and how you see things. Because I feel like with me, I see that shit from a mile away, bro. Like, when it comes to certain vibes, I don't know. Because I also, like, moved every 2 years type shit. So I've met many different types of people. Like, I feel like within 5 minutes of being in the room, I could feel everybody's energy within 5 minutes type shit. Like, it kind of has to do with how you view the world too. I say that. I will say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were generally more trusting, or just not even trusting, like more optimistic. You know what I'm saying? You might just try to see the good in the motherfucker, or you might give them the benefit of the doubt, or I might be overthinking. I might not even be what I'm seeing. Like, I might just be tripping because of the last shit that I went through, but no, it was exactly what the fuck you thought it was. Type shit. Yeah.
Right.
How you see the world, how you view the world in front of you, child, like, influences that directly.
So, like, my version to answer that question would definitely be about, like, it's about unite to your intuition, which also goes with your, energies and shit like that. It's about how you feel about it, because at the end of the day, you can do the same. You can be the same person, let's say, making the same mistake, quote unquote, and you just meet different people. You know that this person that I met and this thing that I went through was a lesson. But every single person and every single lesson, even though it was the same shit, it was a little bit different. And that little bit different you pay attention to. So my thing is like, right, hold on, let me catch it again. I got you.
I'm not playing.
On the pad. Sweet.
So, like, ooh.
You forgot.
We getting there. It's like
Yeah.
right there.
Who got the light?
You forgot.
Do we need the lighter for real?
You have to.
Wait for the lighter.
Oh, spiritual, I got you. So, right, all that shit like the same, right? And then you go back and you think about shit, or you feel shit. Because if you think about shit, you can feel how you felt in that moment. It's how I feel. Because I be feeling shit. And I be feeling like, this is what I should have did differently. This is what I should have did. I don't know if everybody can feel shit the way I do, you feel me? But it's all about that spiritual stuff. It's all about your intuition, And so what the question was is about trusting people. It's about, like, trusting. It's about feeling that shit, too, Yeah.
Worst thing you could do is like have a crazy intuition and just ignore that shit.
Well,
you know damn well. You know damn
have
well.
to trust yourself. Like, whatever you tell yourself.
I know
that shit
everybody
is
that's
a
wrong,
repeated thing.
nigga, been in that situation where they know damn well it is exactly what the fuck they think it
If
is.
your intuition keep saying the same thing over and over and over again, and you like, no, it's not that, it's not that.
And it's like, you already know how that shit going in.
That's the reason I'm here today. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever, buddy.
I'm gonna die plenty of time in that shit. It's just like, get the fuck up out of there. I know the times I'm late. Oh, dang, bro, you can't hang. Okay, I just got one home, played the game, stayed up till 4. Like, everybody think I'm tired, bro. I play that tired shit all the time because like my intuition tells me when the vibes are getting lower.
Yeah.
And people are irritable. And all that matter. I don't really trust. I ain't really speak on it, but I ain't gonna lie. I guess you said like optimism has a lot of good. I found out that man, I don't fuck with people, so I don't really trust people. Even the people I love, like I'm like, yo, y'all cool and everything. Like I trust you until you prove that you can't be. And if we dug it out for the rest of our life, giggling and shit, then appreciate your partner. But if something happens, then I'm like, of course, because we're human. Like
I think I take most of the. I am the type of person where like when it comes to trusting people, since I understand myself a lot, it's like I don't have to trust them because I understand why I might be here for them. Meaning, I'm not here to trust you. You don't have to trust this process either. Like if what I'm bringing to the table isn't here to help you for the best part of you, then I will move on. But like people don't have to trust anyone. You don't have to trust nobody. You don't have to trust. You don't have to trust your girlfriend. You don't have to trust your kids, your mother.
I agree with that.
You don't have to trust nobody. So it's really a choice. And like for me, the only time I'm trusting anybody is if they prove to me they can be trusted.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care about their actions.
Then it's like giving them an opportunity to perform almost. Like,
But I'm saying,
Like,
the things
really,
you just said back to back, right? You said, if they give me an opportunity to trust them, right? Then you said, I don't care about their actions. So how do they prove that to you?
Because that's not my bad. I'm sorry.
You could, but yeah. This how I see it, right? Because it's really two sides to it. Like when it comes to trusting people, like one, I trust myself in the decision I make with people, whether or not it has a good or a bad outcome. Because I can't tell the future. You know what I'm saying? All I can say is I'm going off of the shit I've been through, the person I am, and the outcome I might want to come from a certain situation. But I know when you come across certain people, they're not here forever. They're here for a short period of time. Meaning that maybe it's something in you that can help them elevate to a better level in life. So why you trust them in the first place? That's not why you're here.
yeah, I'm confident in that in every relationship.
What is trusting?
Trust.
What is trust?
It's like having. It's almost like having expectations. Like I said in one song, expectations are the root of heartache. Like you're now placing expectation on somebody. You expect them not to do you wrong. You expect them not to lie to you. You expect them to have your best interest at heart as much as you have for yourself.
I'm sorry, that didn't mean. I don't think that's it. Because, like, if that's it, then it's kind of like telling people, I expect you to treat me well. And some people could take you treating them well, like you telling them what's best for them, like you insulting them, like they're not taking it in a good manner.
I also say that's y'all like to niggas' connotation of that though. Like everybody might not see that the same way.
Well, I mean that's just an expectation inside your own head.
Some niggas can't take criticism type shit.
That's just maturity.
And past that, past also niggas not being able to take criticism. Some niggas think that everything is criticism. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I meant expectation inside your own head.
Yeah, that's exactly what you
not
said.
expressed expectation.
But that's the other thing too, though, because at the end of the day, knowing that every single thing holds weight at them, right? It's like if that shit don't come out, and then think about density. I don't know why, but that shit's gonna make a difference if it comes out. But if it don't, it's gonna make a difference inside of you. So the bigger thing about that, I don't know. On side note, mental health is what the fuck you gotta deal with. You gotta make sure you have that fucking channel whatever the fuck you got channel. Put that on there.
Ultimately, I feel like, all right, in a situation where somebody is there for a season and life brought you this person so that you can teach them whatever, trusting them isn't beneficial to why you're there in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like even with that point in mind, you would still have to trust them to a certain extent.
You have to trust the process,
Exactly.
not them.
But like,
Because people
even like,
change
you know what I'm
all the
saying? Like,
time.
I'm thinking like, cause I don't understand, I guess. But like, I'm thinking about like, trust is even like trusting that this motherfucker might not try to hurt you or set you up like shit.
But okay,
And
I
then
have
even
something to
just
say.
one of those situations, it could be like a person has a certain problem mentally, and you're like giving them your perspective of life, and you're showing them different things they've never seen before. There's no need for you to trust them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, at all.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
That's
Trust. Okay,
not
so
playing a factor in
Yeah,
that.
like here, you know.
Trust not playing a factor in that.
So trust really does not necessarily have to do with what somebody else's action is, because that's nothing that you can do. You know, that's something that you can have.
But
You know,
it's kind of weird to say to me because it's like.
but hold on,
When niggas do certain shit, they kind of make them look untrustworthy.
But look, that don't matter. All of that
like,
shit don't matter.
Like, let me explain that. Like, if a nigga always talking bad about his man that he always with, you gonna see that like, oh, fuck.
Yeah,
What's up with you? I thought that was your man.
But you know what? That don't got shit to do with trust. You know the only thing that shit got to do with trust is trusting, like you said, the process. You're not, because at the end of the day, even though so we're all living our own, we're all our own chapter, we're all our own book, and everybody else is just parts of it. The impact is different, you feel me? And that's where kind of trust goes in, you feel me? But it's like everybody being like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 different books here. Even though right now the shit that we got going on, you know, it's different chapters that we're still going through. But with trust, there's still, we can't say, oh, we're gonna have this day, we're gonna have this feeling for the rest of our lives. We can't. That's not trust. that feeling is that what the trust is being in the moment. So I feel like trust really for real is, like I said, the process. But going deeper to that, it's the whole your journey. You have to trust in yourself. Trust that. Okay, you have to first of all be, aware enough. My bad if I'm being loud, but being aware enough that trusting in yourself, that's the important thing. Because everything else is not about trusting in other motherfuckers. That's not what we're here for. It's all about us going on, keep going and shit.
I think that's the perspective I got because I seen so much backdoor shit.
I mean, it's always going to be backdoor shit.
I seen so much, though.
A lot of people, when it comes to the truth, right? The reason why it hurts so much and why it's so hard to hear is because after you hear the truth, now it's up to you to change.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't want to put their work in. They don't want to change after they hear the truth. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, nah, fuck you, I ain't gonna fuck with you. You was talking to me, instead of, okay, yeah, I see where I fucked up at. I'm gonna work on it.
That comes from caring for people, and a lot of niggas ain't used for people caring about.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I feel like that is true. I'm not saying you're not right, but I feel like it's also different. So like that is one. Okay, think of a series, right? You know how like one show is different series, or homophone. Think of a fucking homophone, right? And like,
does everybody have a homophone?
John, can you see them in the frame?
And so yes, all right.
Yeah, they can be able to see each other. They can be able to see it.
I mean, it looks sideways on there.
Oh, so they would have to turn their phones like that.
I'm sorry, Eddie. Go ahead.
So we were just talking about, what would you just say just now?
That's a great question.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, but I
short term is
It's tired, bro. This burn out.
Short term.
Working.
Oh, yeah.
We be working. We be working. Yeah, that is true. All types of work. Shit.
I know the analogy. I'm gonna put the analogy maybe a different way. We'll come back to it and shit, right? Yeah. So, homophone type shit, right? That's what was on. And like, let's take a relationship versus another relationship versus like somebody you meet for a reason, for a season type,
What's a homophone?
So the homophone is one word, but I'm using it as one meaning. That's gonna mean different things. So a relationship with a spouse can mean a relationship that you meet somebody for 1 week straight type shit, or you meet somebody random shit, but that's your relationship with them. It's not just girlfriend boyfriend shit.
Okay. I think I just forgot what you just said, but I got you.
I really wish I could remember what the fuck we was talking about right
Two drowning fans, natural disaster. This nigga about to deliver the food.
Okay.
Oh.
Do you hear me?
Say no
Oh,
more.
what was that all in?
I'm sorry about that idea.
What's that?
Cause I was hitting on it. I kind of want to know what this one is.
What?
The have you ever this one 11?
Oh, have you ever had a spiritual connection with someone?
Yeah, we talking about some shit like that earlier.
Have you guys ever had a spiritual connection with someone? Now we can't see you though. It's okay. But have y'all? You have to keep the conversation going.
Have you, like?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. I've had a couple spiritual connections.
This nigga said he right good.
I've had spiritual connections with
We gonna get it when we get it.
intimate partners, random strangers. You know, no, I mean, we were all just spiritual beings having a human experience. Not a lot of us are aware of that, so, but that doesn't really matter when you're until you kind of understand what, you know what I mean? You're supposed to see things. You're supposed to see certain things, feel certain things between certain people, especially in your lives. So a lot of us, when we first have an awakening moment, we try to brush everybody off, like, oh, people ain't on my level.
You got a number?
But I feel like, you know, at this point, most experiences I can connect in some way spiritually. It might not be in depth like other relationships, but you know, I feel everything from the trees to the birds to the day, the vibration of the whole day. Sometimes it changes multiple times of the day. Sometimes it's there. So yeah, I feel like most things go to the spirit first, you know. And then you just start feeling, you know, because we're in our bodies. But, my bad, I ain't meaning to go off on a tangent, but that's, no.
No, you good.
Yeah.
You good. What's good, everybody coming in?
You got something to say?
The question is if y'all ever had a spiritual connection with somebody. It does not matter what kind of connection, just a spiritual one. What's up, DC Sense? Nobody?
I have. I've had spiritual connections with a few people. I don't really understand to the full extent what they truly mean, you know. I'd be able to identify them better if I did. But I do know that I have had a spiritual connection with someone before, a couple people, you know. So
What does it feel like? Like what's a spiritual connection?
I have something. So like, I've had people in my life, like, you know, what remember I said earlier, most of my interactions have been positive. So people have come back and told me that, like, you know, I've helped them. They were thinking about suicide, but I talked to them, you know, like in a hallway type shit. Because I was the type in school, I love high school. I talked to everybody type shit. So, like, people been like, you know, I was really in the deep place, you know. I was homeless for a little bit, so I was meeting a whole lot of people type shit. And I was the type where I realized that a couple minutes of my life, I really impacted people. And me thinking about that, you know, I feel like everybody should, you know, and this is maybe could be a part of meditation, because I'm not good at that shit, but I'm realizing doing certain things is just good, you know, it's a good thing. But anyway, you know, and I just thought, anyway, going back and thinking about a time, you know, where you just had an interaction with somebody, that could be a spiritual connection. Because, like I said, I've met a lot of people, and people came back to me and told me I was about to fuck all this shit. but I talked to you, and that was it. I was like, damn. And I felt that, and at the time, I didn't know I felt that shit. But now that I go back and I like put myself back in that space, I'm like, and I've always thought about that. You know, when I really, and I ain't gonna lie, and when I go back and I think about if I've been low myself, I've gone back and been like, I've helped somebody, and it's, you know, that's energy. You know, because I don't know about if that's that like I don't know. I don't know. We'll talk about that shit later. I'll think about that shit.
I feel like when you have a spiritual connection, it's not just pertaining to a significant other. It could be a friend, a family member, a business partner. You know what I'm saying? You two just honestly are on the same wavelength. Like, it doesn't take much for y'all to mix well together and y'all fully understand each other without y'all even knowing each other to a certain degree. That's kind of what a spiritual connection is to me. And I feel like it doesn't mean it's pertaining to religion. You know what I'm saying? It's just, since all of us are kind of in a shell, that's what's being connected. It's not like our physical form, but our mental form.
Because we all are connected. We all are in some aspect. We all have the same shit in us. It's just we all need to tap in to whatever and however we need to progress in any way. Because if somebody is the same way for 40 years, but something clicks, I believe that something, like, people just need to hear shit the right way or see shit the right way for something just to click.
You need to experience shit. Like we were talking about on the podcast one day about some people don't leave certain areas.
They don't leave.
Like, people don't allow themselves to have experiences. People are in the shell, they traumatized and scared. You know, I feel that because I would be like that too, but you know, I push myself to get over shit and just get through it. And a lot of people was like, fuck that, I'm comfortable. So it's like, they're not gonna have that experience. So I got like a belief that they'll restart, you know what I'm saying, until they figure it out and keep restarting. And, you know what I mean, until one day. Like, I feel like you're supposed to be at high vibrations when you fast. And the only way to achieve that is to experience. Stop being so scared of falling. A lot of us are scared of failure and scared of getting hurt. You know what I mean? It's like, allow yourself to be hurt. Allow yourself to feel that. Allow yourself to be angry.
Allow yourself to fuck up.
Exactly. Allow some people to fuck. You know what I mean? Fuck
You are
it's hard to say that.
Like, you have to be like,
Go through
damn, I fucked up. But you know what? It's alright. I'm fix that shit.
You learn.
You're not always gonna win. It's impossible.
That's your corner. You're not supposed to.
The media has fucked people head up for as like presenting how success looks like. Thinking it's just immediate. It's like this. It's like, as soon as you put something on, you're supposed to have 100 million likes tomorrow. It's not that. It's blood, sweat, and tears and that shit. And it's a lot of nights when you by yourself. It's a lot of times when shit is blamed on you, even though you ain't do shit.
Right.
And it's all because you started that shit.
Murphy's Law. I'm trying to tell people, it's just Murphy's Law. Like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, man. Like, if something bad can happen, then it will happen at one point. You know what I'm saying? That's just, the universe gotta flow. Cycles, patterns. You know, things that keep it balanced. You know what I'm saying? And you're part of that. Your licks, your L's, your wins, everything. You're part of what balances it. Deaths, sad, tragic deaths. You know what I mean? That's all part of it. You know what I mean? That's why I try not to stress it too much. You know what I mean? You can feel it because it is.
You know this summer. I know how
That's it.
wanted to be right now.
They say food break.
We gonna find out together.
As always.
Her eyes ain't even open. Oh, shit.
She was one of the things when I first met in the first year.
Y'all starting to shoot. I don't want to.
But that's my good.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think we bring a chair. Hey, friend.
Y'all want that one?
Late like a black person? You always late though, so I can't say shit.
I was some movies like I forgot how long Batman's been. You know, like
yeah.
3 hours.
Was it good?
I guess the first 2 hours was. I sleep the last. Shit.
Alright, so shit. Oh, he is still live though. It says hold up. Okay, Lauren. Okay. It's okay, Lauren. Maybe next time when you're here, you can come visit us. How's everybody doing? What's up, Junior? Oh shit! Hey, Ryan. Damn, I didn't even see you say something.